Hey, what's going on everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today's topic is what's going on with Craftsman tools. Couple years back, I want to say around 2017, there was talk that Stanley and Black Decker were going to be purchasing part of the franchise, I'll call it a franchise, from Sears Corporation with the Craftsman tool brand. And that they had some ideas of how they wanted to start carrying those tools in different retail stores and further expand and create more growth. As a result of that merger, Sears agreed to it because they felt like it could better benefit the company. Where Sears went wrong and where everything started to slide for them was, I think it was somewhere around 2013, they moved, I think it was like 90% of their manufacturing over to China and had those tools made of a lesser quality metal and then shipped back to the US. Then some of the doors started to close and a lot of the Sears outlet stores started to shut down as a result. One of the stores that I actually worked for, I was there for 2 years as a lube tire tech and would purchase tools all the time, and that was back in 2010 to 2012, and at that time all wrenches, ratchets, sockets, and so forth were still made in the USA. About a year or so after I moved back down to Southern California from Oregon, those doors would close and that store would be out of business. And I believe several other stores within the surrounding area in Oregon also closed down as a result. Now that may very well be for your state as well, but throughout the United States, a lot of the Sears doors started to close, and that opened up doors to other manufacturers and companies such as Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight started to add more and more stores throughout the United States, and now you can hardly go into one town without running into a Harbor Freight. So, what's going on with Craftsman tools today? Well, earlier this year, Stanley and Black Decker had finally come up with a contractual agreement. They gave them $525 million and promised by year 3 that they would give them, Sears Corp, another $250 million based on revenue sales. Then by year 15, it's supposed to go between 2.5 and 3.5% of total revenue earned from selling Craftsman tool brand, and other retail stores are supposed to give them 2.5 to 3.5% of revenue. So that raises a couple of questions. Black & Decker's trying to bring the quality back to America, as far as what I've read on the CNBC page that I'm looking at on the internet. There's also various forums that said that Black & Decker and Stanley also want to bring manufacturing back to the US. Just going to open up a lot of jobs for Americans, and hopefully they'll bring the quality back up too as a result. We all love Craftsman tools. A lot of us that have been in this trade for a while, or our dads were in the trade. Our dads and granddads, everybody used Craftsman growing up for the most part. More and more recently, less and less people are starting to use Craftsman. So I'm wondering if by bringing Craftsman back to the States, if that's going to make it to where mechanics start going back towards Craftsman tools. Various stores that you can purchase tools from now, Lowe's. Lowe's is going to start carrying the Craftsman tool brand. Also, haven't heard Ace Hardware, which we have one around here. Orchard Supply Hardware, haven't heard of them. They're supposed to carry them. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Atwood's Ranch and Home, and also they will still be carried at Sears and Kmart for as long as those stores are still open. So I would be curious to see what's going to happen in the coming months. But it's something to think about. Now, another thing that I think that I read at some point, or at least somebody had made mention of it, was that Stanley and Black Decker also own Mac Tools. So another question might be, will Mac Tool distributors start carrying the Craftsman brand on their truck? Will they become kind of like a Blue Point version, like Snap-on's Blue Point? I don't know. I think that remains to be seen. I don't recall seeing any Stanley products on the Mac Tool truck, but hey, you never know. It's a new day, it's a new era, and with them making a huge move like this, we can expect good things, I think. Let's see, they made the first announcement in January. 10% of Craftsman branded products are sold outside of the U.S. Outside of Sears Holding and the agreement will enable Stanley Black Decker to significantly increase Craftsman sales in the untapped channels, meaning selling them at other retail stores. So I'd like to know your guys' opinion about this subject. What do you guys think about the merger that's taken place? I know we've heard about it through the last couple of years. Are they going to start taking it more serious now that they're starting to sell Craftsman tool lines at Lowe's, as well as Ace Hardware and some of the other stores that I made mention of? Are they going to start bringing manufacturing back to the U.S.? What are your thoughts? Do you think it's a good thing? Let me know down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. We'll see you next time. Deuces.